Banned books! Who would have thunk? I was gonna do a really cute thing where I put like a rubber band around a book. How funny would that joke have been? Banned books. Or like, do a vlog about books about bands. Being in a marching band.
Everybody loves to get a surprise. Everybody loves a little surprise. No one could refuse a little surprise. Protestants and Jews all love a surprise.
I'm here doing my extra that's also a challenge from Doris for Banned Books Week. And it's near and dear to my heart. I have an English degree. I consider myself a bibliophile. I can't understand. Somewhere on this list is Fahrenheit 451. A book about banning books is on the banned books list. Now, if the people who are actually challenging this book picked it up and read it, and got it, and understood the message, then they wouldn't be banning books to begin with. The dude hides books. The Bible is one of them, because he believes that this knowledge needs to be saved, and he goes on the run. He escapes. Oh, I can't even. That's one of the one assigned reading books that I actually finished in high school, because I was just like, are you crazy? This is insane. Banned books. While it's sort of a blanket term, we celebrate Banned Books Week in honor of books that have been challenged or successfully banned all across the country. Of course, you know, we're all here, the reason we all know each other is for Harry Potter. Top 100 banned/challenged books from 2000 to 2007, of course, top of the list is Harry Potter. Followed quickly by the Alice series, which seems to be some sort of young teen adult thing. I don't know. Chocolate War, I read a little bit about and really want to read it. I'm just going with the top 10. Of Mice and Men, who hasn't read Of Mice and Men? Who hasn't read it in school? What? American literature, great. That's like banning Shakespeare from England. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Maya Angelou. I should have read this by now, but I haven't. Scary Stories, who hasn't read a Scary Stories book? The art in those books is crazy. Fallen Angels, it's perfectly normal. Book about puberty, apparently. Why wouldn't you need a book about puberty? And Tango Makes Three, which I really wanted to get for this, and I have an idea. If I can get my hands on it this week, it probably won't go up with Doris's thing. Captain Underpants, it's number 10. It's another kid's book. The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby. The Things They Carried. The Goosebumps series. Come on. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Freaky Friday. Huck Finn. Huckleberry Finn. Catcher on the Rye. The Lovely Bones. I just can't imagine what the face of American literature would be like if all of these books were removed from our bookstores, from our library shelves, from our schools, from our school curriculums. It's a story that needed to be told. Everyone has experienced absolutely needing to tell a story. And I think in many of these cases, in all of these cases, there was a need. And it's one of the most beautiful, interactive, accessible ways to be creative. I mean, there's a great quote in one of the Jasper Fforde books I'm rereading right now. It says, you know, authors take a great deal of the credit for writing their books, but it takes just as much creativity to read them, if not more. Because how on earth can you read I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud and actually imagine the lake and the flowers and the light and the sky if you haven't actually experienced it? It's an evocation of emotion through text, and it's one of the most beautiful things that we have as human beings. To think that anyone would just sit and go, blows my effing mind. Anyway, I was just going to show off the banned books that I have, the ones that I could find. So some of the banned books that I have, Grendel. It's a story of Beowulf from Grendel's point of view. Was assigned to it for college, but never read it. This is kind of like the idiot's. That's a text message. This is kind of like the idiot college student's guide to books that you should read while you're in college, even though I didn't. Grendel, Beloved, which I've read part of. Toni Morrison's a great author. And then this little number, Perks of Being a Wallflower. This is written by Stephen Chbosky. He, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He actually did the screenplay for the Rent film. Mixed feelings there. But as a teenager, I loved this book. So do me a favor, fans of Room 3428, anyone, anywhere who's seeing these vlogs and these pleas and expressions about Banned Books Week, I'm gonna link this in our show notes. In the little notes below. Go to this list of 100 books. Pick a book on here. Any book. I don't care if it's a kid's picture book. Find a book on here you've never heard about, you've never read, and don't read up on it and just go. Go pick it up, go buy it in a bookstore. If you want to do really good, go pick it up from your library. Check out a book from your local library, your school library. If you're in high school, if you're in junior high, see how many of these books are in your library. See how many you can get in your library. Make these books mean even more than they already do. We can't let this happen. We can't let anyone take away our right to enlighten ourselves and to experience our own latent fears and loves and emotions of all sort through the power of the written word. And that's what I have to say about Banned Books Week. Mwah. See you guys on Tuesday. You know, I can't even think of anything else to say. My catharsis has over-catharted. Oops, excuse me, I catharted.